Good morning. Did you have a nice night? Good morning, Garfield. You're so handsome. You're so handsome. Get down. Get down. Good morning, everybody. Do you guys want your food? Do you want your food? I got your food. Got your food. Kitty, 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 kitty. That's the puppy dog's food. Stop it. That's not your food. Leave it alone. Sorry, that's not your food. Your food's over here. Your food's over here, Garfield. Garfield. Good morning, everybody. It's a really nice morning. It's not too cold. It's like perfect temperature with a jacket. I have a lot to do today. It is supposed to rain the next week or so, so I have to prepare for that. And I'm really hoping that we don't get a lot of rain because I do not want the creek to flood. That means we'll have to move all the heifers out. So hopefully it's just like not a lot of rain. Morning, guys. Good morning, Vinny. Vinny is actually in a good mood. I was afraid he would get really depressed because we took Max away, but he seems happy. He seems fine. Just sitting there, being a good boy. But I mean, he has the goats, so I think they keep him company. But I still would like to get him a buddy, so he's not alone. But he seems to be doing pretty good. Good morning, Daisy. Hello, Happy. How are we doing today? Hi, Sally. The goats always steal a little food from the cows before I get their food. But once I give them their food, they usually come up and leave the cows alone. Are you ready for your breakfast? It's right here if I can reach you. Here's your breakfast. Yummy, yummy. One thing I have to do is put hay in this pen because with it raining, the goats are probably, and the dogs are gonna wanna go in there. Usually they just sleep outside. But with it raining, they're definitely gonna wanna go in the pen. Is that yummy? Today's actually a sad day because Dove is going to be leaving us tonight, actually. Someone messaged me looking for a billy goat. They're looking for a billy goat. They're having trouble finding one. They asked me if I had one for sale. So I was keeping Bambi to be a buddy with Rocky, but I said that they could have Bambi because we really don't need two billy goats. Plus, Bambi is related to most of our girls. So we never planned on keeping him forever. So they came and got Bambi yesterday. And while they were here, Dove got out of the fence. Dove is really bad at getting out of the fence. Whenever she gets out of the fence, we usually chain her right beside the fence, and then that usually does the trick that she doesn't want to get out anymore. But then after a while, it wears off and then she ends up getting out again. So anyway, while they were here, she got out of the fence and she goes right under it. She goes right under the electric fence. But they saw her and they loved her and they asked if I was selling her, and I did have her listed for sale, but I kind of was like putting off selling her because I loved her so much. But I ended up talking over with my hubby, and we both agreed that we should just sell her. So I told them that they can come and get her. So they're coming tonight to get her. And I mean, I really hate to get rid of her, but she's never gonna stop going through the fence. And like right here at the house, it's not a problem. If she gets out of the fence, it's not a problem. But like next year, if I put her down there in that field, that's right beside the road, if she was to get out and go on the road, like I would hate for her to get hit by a car or something like that. So it's better for her to go to a home that has a woven wire fence. So I hate to see her go, but it is for the best because she's never going to stop going under our fence. And she's the only goat that does it. None of our other goats get out. They are very respectful of the electric fence, and none of the other goats try to get out. And I really don't want her teaching the other goats how to get out. So she'll be leaving us tonight, which is sad, but it's got to happen. And she'll be with Bambi, so at least they'll know each other at the new place. And the people, I think they'll take good care of her. They fell in love with her. So I know she's going to be well loved, but it's just really sad to see an animal leave your farm when you've raised them and taken care of them for so long, but we'll miss her. Hi, Sally, it's your turn. Are you hungry for breakfast? You hungry? There you go, yummy breakfast. And somebody had commented that our cows look skinny and malnourished and that they felt bad for our cows because they're so skinny. And I just want to let everybody know, like for people that don't know, like Sally is a dairy cow. Most of our cows are dairy cows, or they at least have some dairy in them. So they are going to show some bones and some ribs. Like Sally is definitely going to show some ribs. You do not want a dairy cow to not show at least 1 or 2 ribs. It is very unhealthy for them to be overweight, and it can cause health problems if they're too fat. So a dairy cow, you do want to see ribs. You do want to see some bone. They're not going to be beefy like a beef cow is, and that's what most of our cows are. They're mostly all dairy. The heavier they are, if they're overweight, the more problems they're going to have, and they're going to have problems giving birth. So I just want to let everybody know, if anybody was wondering, most of our cows are dairy. Now I have to check Sally's bag and make sure it's not hot. Which it feels good, it feels tight, but it doesn't feel hot. But it just feels tight and not hot. So I actually stopped milking Sally on Saturday. Today's Tuesday. Saturday was the last day that I milked her. So I'm drying her off, so I'm giving her less feed too. So I cut back on her feed like a lot because the more feed I give her, the more milk she's going to produce. And I don't want her getting mastitis with drying her up. So I cut back her feed until she dries up. That'll help her dry up without getting sick or anything. But I'm done milking her now. I was the big milk drinker in the house. I've been not able to drink milk. I developed an intolerance to it. So now that I'm not drinking milk, there's really no point in milking her anymore because nobody else drinks it like I did. So it was just a waste of time milking her to not use the milk. But if she is not producing milk anymore, we'll be able to put the heifers in with her because we won't have to worry about anybody sucking off of her, because that's been a problem in the past. So drying her up will be nice for winter because then we can actually put her in with other animals. So that'll be nice. all that hay down in the hay rack. I put this fence up to keep the cows out. Because of you. Because of you, Bambi. I mean, Bambi. Because of you, Happy. Whenever I would put hay in this pen, the cows would come up and try to eat it. And they'd like knock the pen over and stuff. So I put up this fence so the cows cannot get in here to the goat space and knock their pen around. Because I mean, they have all the hay they could ever want down in that hay rack, so they don't need to eat the goat's hay in their pen. But it's high enough off the ground that the goats and the dogs can go underneath to get in the pen too, but the cows can't mess it up. Plus we have smaller water troughs up there for the goats and the dogs. And that way the cows don't drink all the goats' water. Because the cows have a bigger trough that the goats cannot reach inside. Finish your food already. I'm so sorry I can't give you more. To let out the chickens. Freedom. I seriously love the chickens being beside the cows, because then they go scratch all the poop up and eat the corn out of it. The chickens think it's a special treat. So they love being beside the cows and getting to do that. So it's a win-win situation. See, look, she's standing beside the fence. She's thinking about it. Since you got out yesterday, you're thinking about getting out again today. I'm sorry, Dovey, but you're gonna go to a new home. The chickens found the cat food. Do go away, that's not yours. Did you finish your breakfast? Oh my goodness, you're so handsome. We started feeding our inside dogs outside because when my kids were little, they would play in the dog water and play in the dog food. So we just started feeding them outside. So that wasn't a temptation for the little kids. And we just have always done that now. Now I'm gonna go check the goats and dogs on the other side of the property and see how they are doing this morning. Good morning, guys. How did you do last night? Yeah, she's such a big teddy bear. Good morning. How are you doing today, handsome boy? How are you doing? Yes, hello. Hello, Stormy. These guys are doing great together. Yes, you are. These are doing so good. And I see that my son already fed the goats. Adrian, are you done eating already? And I already put hay in their pens last night, so they should be all good for the rain. Yeah. Max and Stormy are doing so well together. So well. I mean, every dog that I've ever put together has done really well together except for Vinny. It makes me sad. I'm really hoping when we get another dog to put in with him that they actually get along. But I'm really happy to see that Max and Stormy are doing so well together. What are you guys doing this morning? Did you finish your breakfast already? Did you? And the piggies are still eating. Yeah? Any treats for you. I see that we need to fill up your water trough and clean it out though. So we're gonna do that? Are we gonna do that? You're getting wound up. And I see the piggies knocked their water troughs over last night. Still got some, but man, did you make it muddy. Oh, he's got feet on his back. He's like a dinner plate. Yeah. Hunter has Garfield.
He wants to come, please.
He does. He is so sweet. You're a very sweet kitty cat. You and Normal, they are. Never been a fan of cats because they're so destructive. And whenever we lived in a development, they're always digging, the neighbors' cats were always digging in our gardens. And if we put trash out, they're digging in the trash. But Normal and Garfield are seriously the sweetest cats I've ever seen. They are so sweet. They never get in any trouble. They just lay on the porch all day and lounge around. So they're really good cats. So I'm really happy that they're good cats. So we're gonna go in and eat breakfast, and then we're gonna come back out and get some more work done before all that rain comes.
Tomorrow.
Good morning, everybody. It's the next morning. I recorded yesterday, but all my footage was messed up, so I'm back today to show you what I did yesterday. So yesterday I made a new pen, a new body pen. Even though it was kind of rainy yesterday, I still made a new pen for the bunny. She's in there somewhere. I still got to put hinges on the roof. Where's she at?
She's in there.
There she is. All cozy. But I still got to put hinges on the roof and chains on it so the lid won't just fly back and latch. And then that's done. And I really like the new pens that I've been making. I have 2 now. And I'm going to work on replacing all these other pens. So like this is a new pen that I made this year. That's an old pen. That's an old pen. That's an old pen. All of them are old pens except for the one on the end. So I'm working on replacing all of these pens because they've seen better days. They have seen better days. But, I mean, they still get the job done, but I like the new pens better. But I like the new pens because it has so much extra space for them. And when I go to move them, like I moved them last night, and now this bunny pooped that much last night. So now when I just move it, the poop falls out a lot easier when we move it. But thankfully those pens don't take very long to make. It takes me about a day, less than a day, to make one pen. So I'll eventually replace all the older pens with those newer ones. And once it starts getting real cold, we put the pens up on blocks, and then we wrap them in plastic for winter. And the rabbits do really well that way. I have never lost a rabbit to the cold in the wintertime. So Dove is no longer with us. They came to get her last night. I'm really sad that she's gone, but I mean, they are so happy with her. They bought her for their little boy. And he came along this time, and he was very, very happy to be getting Dove. So I'm glad that she's going to a good home, and she's gonna be well taken care of. But I am gonna miss her a lot. Hunter, you did your chores already? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, good job. Hi, ladies. Good morning. Are you guys ready for your breakfast? Oh, look at you up on top of the rock pile. Hello, ladies. Hi, Belle. So for all of our new viewers, this is Belle and Beauty. And we have Squirt. He's a steer. That's why he's in with all these heifers. We have Evie up there. She is the first calf ever born on our farm. So that's why we named her Eve. And then right here is little Jasmine. She looks so tiny because she is a lot younger than all these other girls. She's a year old, and she's only like 4 months old. So definitely an age difference. She was our rescue calf. So when we got Jasmine, she was just a little pile of bones. So she's definitely fattened up since then. I do want to worm her again because she is still kind of bony. But I did worm her once. But I mean, she is a Holstein. I mean, dairy, they're always going to be a little bony. But those ladies over there are the start of our herd. That's what really is starting our herd. We will be breeding some of them next summer. We'll be breeding some of them next summer. And then the following spring, we'll be getting calves. Hi guys, you want your breakfast too? Good morning, Shrek. Hello, buddy. He's like, just give me my food. I know, you want your food. Oh. Shrek is definitely my favorite pig we've ever had. I really, really, really like Shrek. But I'm glad you guys don't get out anymore. That's really nice. Once they got in this fence, they got stuck and they couldn't get back out. So I'm like, well, you guys can stay in there now. Then you aren't tearing up my yard. This one's for the pigs. Okay, I'll take the pig one. Thank you. Got your breakfast, piggies. Yummy, yummy. Oh, I can't believe he's actually sharing his food. Usually he doesn't share. I'm so proud of you, Shrek. That's a lot better of you to be nice like that. Oh, now you can go steal food. You guys are enjoying your breakfast too? So originally we were going to keep Raz as our bull for next year. But I think we... My goodness. It's okay. But I think we're going to keep Gaston now instead of Raz. Gaston is looking more filled out. Gaston is actually 2 months younger than Raz is. And he is the exact same size and more filled out than Raz. And Raz is the one that got sick from eating Buckeyes. That's what we're thinking. It was from eating Buckeyes. So I really don't like to keep animals as breeding stock that have been sick like that. Plus, whenever I go in with them, Raz is just a little too friendly and a little too not afraid of me that he swings his head around and he tries to hurt me. And he's young yet, so I can just imagine what he's going to be like when he's older. And Gaston, he's friendly, but he keeps his distance and he's never tried to hurt me. So thinking we're going to probably keep Gaston now and not Raz. But that's why I left them both intact, because I wasn't sure originally which one I wanted to use. But I think right now we're thinking about keeping Gaston. So you're going to be our happy keeper. I mean, he's going to be around for all next year anyway, but he's going to be our stud. And we will only be keeping Gaston for 1 breeding season, because the longer I keep a bull, the higher the chances of it being mean, and I do not want a mean bull on the property. So we're only going to keep him 1 breeding season, and I need to start looking now for a beef bull for the following year. Because all the calves that come out of Gaston, we're not going to be keeping, because they're all going to be dairy, and I do not want a bunch of dairy cows that I have to milk. So everything that comes out of him will be sold. So I'm in the hunt for a beef bull, because that's what we really want, is beef and just like 1 dairy cow. So that's all for today. So I will see you later.